NBA players have been, trying to defraud the healthcare plan. And if you didn't know what the healthcare plan is, some jobs have it, some jobs don't. When they offer you insurance, they offer you basically a healthcare savings program where they give you a debit card. Some of your money gets added into the card where you can use it on basically things that you need for healthcare. But I mean, to me, that's where, in my eyes, this really didn't seem like a problem because I mean, it came out of my check. So you telling me I'm finna get 3.5
Is
years?
is it for using your own money? Um, but the one question that I do have is like, isn't it like that? It's the money that you put in your health savings account that it's like tax free.
Yeah.
So if you and it's because you're using it for medical expenses. So it's basically if you end up doing like false requests where you're using it for non-medical stuff, you're basically like it's tax evasion.
So he got kind of lucky. So he probably get charged with that. He's get charged with insurance fraud.
Yeah, insurance fraud that basically ended up being like tax evasion.
Mm.
And plus, insurance fraud is illegal too. You can't be making fake doctor's appointments, fake dental stuff, so that way you can explain charges.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what a lot of these players were doing. So if you didn't know, like with the Glen Davis situation, what he was doing was he was basically writing invoices saying that he was going to the dentist to get his
Mm-hmm.
teeth work done, but he wasn't. He was going to Paris and France overseas to have fun. I mean, he was basically charging himself. Basically saying that he was having to pay $80,000 or more.
You know what? You know what I don't like these days is
What?
like cell phones make it awesome. It's like you basically have the power of a laptop in your pocket. You
Uh huh.
know, because a cell phone basically nowadays can do anything a laptop can do,
Hmm.
for the most part. And it's like, but they almost use it against you.
Every
Like,
way.
how do they get these subpoenas to like pull up your GPS tracking? Like, oh, he said that he was getting a doctor's appointment here, but we actually have him GPS tracked to another country. It's like, how do they get them to get that information?
That's true, and just like with the whole YNW Melly situation, where they have him,
Like,
they using his GPS location, like his walking, like his steps. They seen that he was taking a lot of steps at a certain time on his whole Apple phone. So, I mean, they using a lot of this technology against you. If you didn't know, I mean, they're all checking your GPS radar, the towers. Every time you drive, the towers are pinging. So, I mean, they catch you
I
that way
mean,
also.
pretty soon
That's
it's
how they caught not the mayor, the lady that worked in Atlanta. It was just trying to sue. That's trying to put Donald Trump in jail.
yeah.
They was talking about how her towers were pinging. She said, "Oh, I didn't sleep at the man's house." And like, "Oh yeah, but we see your towers pinging, your cell phone, pinging around his house around like 1, 2 in the morning." So what was that for? So I mean,
You almost gotta go no phone
basically,
or a burner, one of those track phones.
yeah, basically, I'd rather just go no phone, knock on the door, old school style. Meet me in the park. But
Getting freaky in the park.
I mean, that's what Baby Davis was doing. So I mean, like, this is what he's gonna have to do in
Porter potty shotty.
This is what Glen Baby Davis has to be doing for the rest of his 3.5 years. It looks like he ain't even taking this situation serious. We got a video of him basically talking about this whole situation. We gonna come back and give you more about this whole fraud investigation.
Damn. I got a cold imagination though. You know, I do that actor shit. I got a cold imagination. I'm gonna have to choke the chicken in the bathroom. That's crazy. I'm gonna be swole though. I swear to God, I'm about to get in so much shape. Oh God.
Oh God.
That's the only way you can stop me from eating hamburgers is put me in jail. That's what God said. I'm gonna stop you eating hamburgers. I'm gonna put you in jail. You don't want to stop eating hamburgers and Cheetos? You're going to jail.
You going to jail.
So now, I'm gonna come to rock.
And a lot of y'all may be wondering why would an NBA player do this? Like, you in the NBA, you making millions and millions of dollars. But if you didn't know, and I told my co-host earlier, like ESPN put it out, the 30 for 30, like 30 for 30 going broke, how a lot of these athletes after 5 years, they all lose a whole bunch of money. And even like the whole Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco, they was talking about how many athletes you know in your era that was balling out then. And to this day, right now, 20 years later, still balling out, and none of them are.
I would say that it's unfortunate because there's a handful of legends that still didn't do things right with money.
Mm-hmm. Like Vince Young.
And they got messed up. but I know that a majority of the regular players are all kinds of messed up. Because if you were like a legend, like an Allen Iverson or someone like that, you know, you're most likely gonna still have a name throughout your career to always have a way to get money. So you're always gonna be able to figure things out. But it's like those dudes that were like starters for 10 years, but never like were an all-star or anything like that. You know, it's like, oh dang, like some of them are like homeless. And it's
Delonte West.
you know, yeah, Delonte West. You know, unfortunate. It's like he has
Ben
mental health
Gordon.
issues.
Ben Gordon out here doing bad. Remember he owed the rent and like he ran up on the landlord. But I mean, yeah, a lot of these athletes going out, they go.
Man, Ben Gordon was cool.
He was.
I remember when he was taking on the Celtics with the Chicago Bulls, and I think D Rose was hurt.
Yeah.
And so he was trying to do it himself. And him and Kurt Heinrich and Joakim Noah, man, they went at them. I think they took him to 7 games and lost. But Ben Gordon was going shot.
He was the truth.
He was going shot for shot with Ray Allen. They were going shot for shot like every game.
So with the whole money situation, I guess it's not true. Like even if you have a kid and you be like, oh yeah, you know, you either got to make it in college or make it. You either have to rap or basically make it with a ball.
You gotta rap.
You like so I always say, oh, I gotta make it rapping or make it with a ball, football, basketball. Even if you make it football, basketball, or rapping, all these people end up broke.
You're still making
MC
it
Hammer.
You're still making it with the mic.
Horrible.
You found a way to make it with the mic.
See, I guess so. That's funny.
Freestyle's coming soon.
Horrible, but nah, I mean that's what say. You see these rappers out here broke after a certain amount of time. So I mean, you after a while you have to learn how to money manage. Like you can't be out here if you're not in the NBA and not in no
you can't be making all-star decisions on a starter or bench player salary.
Basically, can't be
I'm
going
to have 3 houses. They're all $10 million apiece, and do the crazy stuff and go to the club and blow $20K.
Exactly.
And like your whole career, you made like $30 million. That's gonna go quick.
You see Floyd Mayweather. Even though Floyd Mayweather making all that money, we did the whole episode of him basically being in Dubai 9 held hostage, and how he owes all that money to people in Dubai for Floyd Mayweather.
I kind of forgot. Like I know if Floyd was over there, and they said that was he owed money in Dubai?
That he owed them money.
Well, for what reason did he borrow it?
Most likely he did.
That's because Floyd be like living on a trillionaire salary as a billionaire, dang near.
That's what everybody trying to keep up with the Joneses. Like you can't.
But what Joneses, man? Just give me some land where I could be away from people. Let me build a mansion with like a basketball court, an arcade, like a fun park, like
makes sense. Dude.
A home theater. I ain't never leaving. I'm having the time of my life.
You see what Boosie doing? Boosie got the whole
podcast center in the back.
You see what Boosie doing? Boosie doing the whole Boosie land where he has like all the apartments and everything in back of his house where like he has all his family living at. It's like basically like all these homes. So I mean, you can do things like that. It's a lot of things you can do, basically to maximize your money. But I'm surprised how I'm surprised how he didn't invest his money into other businesses or other properties, or basically do it like a trucking company.
Well, I mean, yeah, all of the above. But he also gets a pension because I know he at least played 10 years in the league, and he got like 2 or 3 decent contracts. I think he got like the rookie contract from the Celtics, like a medium contract from the Celtics, and then I think he got like actually a half decent like medium like a starter level contract for the Magic.
It looks like here the most money. See, his last contract was what, the 2014. He had 1.2 million from the Clippers, but it looks like here.
See, when he signed with the Magic, that was his biggest contract.
His Magic contract?
Yeah.
Let's see. Career earnings. His career earnings is no more than. He made a good amount. It don't even show.
Oh yeah, it was at 7 million or 24 million. He probably got. Yeah, got 20. He got 24 million with the
Magic.
With the Magic. Anyway, he got.
Oh yeah, that's when he bought it. Yeah, that's when it happened. That's probably.
He got paid off of what he did on the Celtics to join the Magic, and then he was like mediocre there.
And then he ended up going to the
Clippers for like a minimum deal.
1.5. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I don't even know if how many years did he play for Celtics? 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
four too.
He only got his minimum, his rookie year deal in the Celtics. So they paid his whole rookie deal. When it came time to re-up, you know, they were already paying Kevin Garnett and all them. They didn't have the money to keep him. So he ended up signing that big contract with Orlando, which is funny. Is because we find ourselves with another aging star in Klay Thompson that we think Orlando's going to play big money and probably get a fall off like you saw with Big Baby, where his best years were his first 4 years in the league rather than like his last 4.
By 29.
That's crazy. You know what? He didn't get a pension because he only played 9 years. You got to play 10.
You made all. That's probably what he was doing. What he was doing. Yeah, 8. 8.
$33 million for his career.
Days. That's
I
probably.
mean, come on, man. You gotta, because with that much money, you're making like almost, you know, more than $1 million on what's it called with your money being in the bank?
Interest.
Yeah, your interest. My bad. Yeah, when you you're making more of that on interest.
So this was basically poor money management. He was just balling out, blowing it on everything, blowing it on girls.
Oh yeah, we saw he was doing private jets with chicken, right?
Basically. But
yeah, he was doing those funny videos on the private jets, man. Like, you made $33 million. What does it take? Costing like $500,000 or like not maybe that, but maybe like $80,000 to travel, and you're doing that all the time. You're gonna run through that $33 million, especially if you already bought like a $5 million house, you know, like 3 of them, or you bought yourself a house, your mom a house, your siblings a house.
Yeah, and you would have thought. I mean, in 2014, if you was only making the 1.2 million with the, 1.2 million with the Clippers, you really should have
known, man.
You should have known it was going your way out. You shouldn't have used all that Orlando money you had. I mean, you should have saved up with it, invested in it. I
don't understand why like people that like get rich, like they get hobbies that are like stupid. Like, oh, I like traveling, I'm gonna have a private jet. Well, you're gonna run through that 30 million quick.
Basically.
But if your hobbies is like fixing up old cars, you can have like 2 old cars, and you would not, you know, just be like constantly fixing up and getting parts. But if you're like into like a Mustang or something, that, you know, that would be fine. True. That would cost you, you know, less than $100,000 a year to maintain.
True.
If you're not out here, you know, just blowing through money.
Yeah, if you was out there, but if you was out there riding on boats,
you could have hobbies and do like real stuff.
True. Make business out of them. Like I know,
businesses.
Like with the Arnold Schwarzenegger book, audio book.
Modest house with some land. Don't be out like throwing 20,000 at the strip club. I bet you that's what he was doing that too. Oh, I threw $5,000 this weekend at the strip club. Well, you do that for 20 weekends in a row. You're running through some money.
Pretty much. That's
100 weekends in a row, 1,000 weekends in a row.
That's what happened to a lot of these athletes. I mean, it's just crazy that no matter how much money
Flying
you make,
chicks out off of Instagram too.
True.
That's what athletes have a problem. They almost have a lot of them have a gambling problem, and they have a flying out lady.
Michael
problem.
Jordan.
Not Michael Jordan.
What are you talking about? Michael Jordan had the #1 gambling problem. Allen Iverson.
Let the record show that this man tried to disgrace Black Jesus, and that we do not accept that on Tales from the Crib. May he be stricken promptly and swiftly.
All right. Well, speaking of stricken promptly and swiftly, it's time to move on to the next.